Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
On the weekends, those are the ones that I'm really proud of today.
When we started Finley Fence Supply almost 15 years ago, we decided to build our business on three core values: quality, value, and service. And Old South has proven to be a great partner. Their values match ours. Their quality is great every time. By using Old South material, we can give our customers great value for their money, and their service is unsurpassed. Anything that we need, they are Johnny on the spot to supply us. It's been a great partnership with us and Old South.
Efficiency, reliability, accuracy. Move forward with your real estate sale or purchase with Title and Escrow of Lawrence County, the most experienced closing team around. Working with clients locally and throughout the state, we offer a wide range of services, including the expertise of an on-staff attorney, backed by our more than 49 years experience in titles and closings. We get the job done on time at a fair price and ensure every last detail is correct. Our goal is to give you peace of mind. When you work with us, you work with people who live where you do. We understand the importance of the real estate community and strive to build strong relationships with all parties involved in the process. Whether you're buying a home, selling a business, acquiring land, or anything in between, you're in good hands with Title and Escrow of Lawrence County.
Put the most experienced closing team on your side. Contact Title and Escrow of Lawrence County today.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome into Gulf Shores, Alabama, Day 3 of the Gulf Shores Classic. We are now in bracket play, and we'll have the matchup today between your Lawrence County Wildcats, the 12th seed, and the 21st seed, Benjamin Russell. The winner of this game will face the 5th seed, Summertown. That game will come up at 10 o'clock later on. First pitch from Elizabeth Hagan is in there for a strike. This is the catcher Fuller at the plate for the Benjamin Russell Wildcats. Glad you could join us this Wednesday morning. Taylor Plott alongside Kevin Wright. That second pitch misses low for ball 1. Elizabeth Hagan is in the pitcher circle this morning for your Lady Cats. That pitch misses, or excuse me, it does catch the top of the strike zone. It is now 1-2. Wind in the 1-2 pitch, swung on, fouled. So Fuller stays alive. A pitch misses down low for a ball, 2-2. Pitch just missed. Upstairs, ball 3. So full count here to start things off. And that 3-2 pitch misses, and Fuller makes her way down to first base. So leadoff hitter is on here for the Wildcats. And that is the Benjamin Russell Wildcats. So Wildcats versus Wildcats this morning. I'll bring up left fielder Chapman. Bunted foul. I'll bring the count to 0-2. Hagan winds and delivers. That one's way outside. That gets back to the backstop, and that will allow the runner to move down to second base. So wild pitch there by Elizabeth Hagan. That brings the count to 1-2 with now a runner in scoring position. 1-2 pitch is fouled off. And Aubrey Chapman stays alive here. One-two pitch outside, ball 2. Two-two pitch. Swung on, dribbled over to third base. Good pickup, throw to first is in time. That'll be the first out of the inning. Good work over there by Lily Lloyd over at third base. So that's the first out, and I'll bring up Lydia Montgomery, the center fielder. First pitch to her. Downstairs, ball 1. Runner at third base here with 1 out and the top of the first. Benjamin Russell looking to get on the board early here against Lawrence County. 1-0 pitch. Missed. 2-0. Pitch is in there for a strike. 2-1. Not as chilly this morning. The previous 2 days have featured starting temperatures in the 40s for the morning games. That is bunted foul. Brings the count even to 2-2. Different case this morning. Temperatures in the 60s. Probably a little breezy today. A little more than yesterday. With that south wind, anything that's hit out to left center or left field will start to carry out towards the fence. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Swung on, dribbled over to second base. Flip over from Walker to first base. That is in time. But that does allow the run to score from third base. So Benjamin Walker is on the board here to start things off at the top of the first. They're up 1-0. And I'll bring up the third baseman, Macy Knox. So she'll come up with the bases empty here and 2 outs. First pitch to her, downstairs for a ball. One 0 is outside, 2-0. Hagan getting a lot of work in this Gulf Shores Classic. This is I believe the third game that she started. That pitch is driven out into right field. That's going to be down for a base hit. So good piece of hitting there by Macy Knox. And she gets the first hit of the inning for the Benjamin Russell Wildcats. And I'll bring up shortstop. That's going to be Zoya Menningfield. That pitch is a strike. Pitch in there for a strike again. Quickly 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. Called. Strike 3 looking on the outside corner. And Hagan gets her first strikeout of the game. That does end the inning, but the Benjamin Russell Wildcats do get on the board here. They lead 1-0. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Your Lady Cats are coming up next. You're watching the X Sports Network.
Since opening our doors in 1904, Builtwell Bank has existed to be the local economic engine for the communities we serve. No matter if you're buying a car, saving for retirement, or finally buying that forever home, Builtwell Bank is here to help. From personal checking and savings accounts to a full suite of business and commercial banking with treasury management services, we'll make sure you'll have a dedicated Builtwell banker that understands your unique needs and stands by you every step of the way. No matter where you are in Tennessee or Northwest Georgia, there's likely a Builtwell Bank location nearby. Come see us and let our dedicated financial team help you with all of your banking needs. Member FDIC.
Southern Craft Manufacturing is dedicated to creating the finest quality and greatest value products in the death care industry. Southern Craft is wood and corrugated caskets. Family owned and operated for over 30 years, Southern Craft is now looking to hire local and regional truck drivers, welders, and production workers, each with great starting pay and a benefits package. For more information, visit southerncraftmfg.com.
This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back to the X Sports Network. Bottom of the first here. First up is Lainey Kate King. She fouls that one back for strike 1. Your lineup today for the Lady Cats: Lainey Kate leading off, Giselle Maldonado batting second, Hagan batting third, Frakes, Libby Burks batting 8th, and batting 9th is Hadley Patterson. That pitches in there for a strike. So Lainey Kate for a strike. So Lainey Kate quickly down 0-2 here. Quickly down 0-2 here to the pitcher Kenzie Henderson. And the pitcher circle here for Benjamin Russell. Pitch from her is going to be upstairs, ball 1. Again, if you're just joining us, first day of bracket play, so this is a win or go home situation. 1-2. That misses downstairs, 2-2. Winner of this will face Summertown in the next game. That will come up at 10 a.m. this morning. And the full count pitch again. And the full count pitch again. That missed just outside. Ball 4, and Laney Kate will be the leadoff hitter, now making her way down to first base. I'll bring up the catcher, Giselle Maldonado. Bunt shown, taken back. Throw down to second is not in time, and Laney Kate has a stolen base as she is now in scoring position. .1-0 pitch. I believe it was 1-0. Scoreboard says, I think it says 0-1. That pitch missed outside, ball 2. Yeah, scoreboard out in the left field says 1-1 count. I show 2-0. Here's the pitch by Henderson. Swung on, driven out into center field. That's going to be down. Laney Kate's going to round third. Ball gets away from the center fielder. Laney Kate will score. Giselle goes down to second base, and the throw gets away from the second baseman. And Giselle Maldonado has a leadoff, or excuse me, a double that will score Laney Kate. And just like that, we are tied up at 1 apiece here. And we will have a pinch runner for Maldonado. And that's going to be Sarah Morrison making her way down to second base. So 1 run already in. No outs. Sarah Morrison now down at second base. And this will bring up the pitcher, Elizabeth Hagan. Henderson winds and delivers. Swung on, opposite field, over to right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Sarah Morrison is around third, heading home. Throw home to the plate is not in time. And on that on the error. And that's going to be Audrey Dollar, who will be pinch running for Hagan at second. And I'll bring up the first baseman, Reagan Frakes. Home plate umpire box, and now she's ready to go. Henderson winds and delivers. Pitch in between third and short. Dollar is around third. That throw's not going to be anywhere close. And Dollar scores the third run of the inning for your Lady Cats. So that is a single for Frakes, and then she reaches second on the error. So another RBI single there. And now they'll bring up the designated player, Ashlyn Sublett. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Pitch by Henderson. Misses outside, ball 1. Benjamin Russell still looking for that first out in the inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on, dribbled over to third. This should be that first out. Throw over to first is in time. And Frakes will make her way down to third base on that throw over. So 5-3 put out of Sublette. That is the first out of the inning. That will bring up the right fielder, Callie Brown. There's the first pitch to Callie. That one is in there for a strike on 1. Bunted. Foul. Just barely out of the reach of the catcher's mitt. And it's quickly 0-2. Kelly trying to pull a fast one there on the defense. But now the bunt will likely be off with an 0-2 count. Henderson winds and delivers. Just missed downstairs, ball 1. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Swung on, dribbled up the middle. Good play by the second baseman. Throw to first is in time, but that does allow the runner to score. Frakes from third. So very nice play over there by the second baseman, Kylie Leonard, as she gets Callie Brown out on the 4-3 putout. Second out of the inning, that will bring up the third baseman, Lily Lloyd. Here's a pitch. In there for a strike on 1. Benjamin Russell looking to get out of this inning. Swing and a miss on a pitch way up in the zone. Up out of the zone, actually. Strike 2 on Lily. Oh, 2 pitch. Swung on, foul, back towards the netting. Oh, 2. Check swing, she did go. And that is strike 3, so Lily down on strikes. Third out of the inning, but a very productive inning for the Lady Cats. They score 4 and lead 4-1 as we head to the top of the second. You're watching the X Sports Network.
Got primary care? Find your way to better health with primary care by One Stop Medical. With decades of combined experience, you'll find a one-on-one relationship just like the old days, but with the convenience and technology of today. When One Stop Medical does primary care, it's the best. Call today for an appointment and find your way to healthy living. Serving Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Hohenwald. Phone 931-244-8220. Primary care by One Stop Medical at its best.
And welcome back to Gulf Shores. Day 3 of the Gulf Shores Classic is bracket play. Win or lose. Winner moves on. Loser gets to make the trek back to their hometown. Here's the pitch by Hagan. That one's upstairs. Ball 1. This is Ariana Ware. That pitch is in there for a strike. Brings the count to 1-1. Yeah, winner go home. That is the case now in bracket play. Winner will face Summertown. That will be the 10 a.m. game immediately after this one. Swing and over to second base. And a quick first out there for the Benjamin Russell Wildcats. And I'll bring up the second baseman, Kylie Leonard. First pitch to her is in there for a strike. Pitch over to third base, Lily Lloyd. Throw over to first. In time. Good play over there by Lily. As the second out of the inning. I'll bring up the right fielder, Bice. B-I-C-E. First pitch to her. Downstairs, ball one. Swing and a miss. I'll bring the count to 1-1. Hagen winds and delivers. Swing and miss on a ball outside. I'll bring the count to 1-2. That pitch is way outside. Bice doesn't bite on it. They'll bring the count even to 2-2. Swung on, dribbled over to the pitcher Hagen. Throw over to first to Frakes. And that is in time. So 1-2-3 inning for the Lady Cats. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Lawrence County is up 4-1. You're watching Lady Cat softball here on the X Sports Network.
Southern Craft Manufacturing is dedicated to creating the finest quality and greatest value products in the death care industry. Southern Craft has perfected blending old world craftsmanship with modern manufacturing technologies to create a full line of steel, wood, and corrugated caskets. Family owned and operated for over 30 years, Southern Craft is now looking to hire local and regional truck drivers, welders, and production workers, each with great starting pay and a benefits package. For more information, visit southerncraftmfg.com.
This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back in to the X Sports Network. Taylor Plott here alongside the fantastic producer-director Kevin Wright. We're heading to the bottom of the second inning. Your Lady Cats are up 4-1. Due up in this inning first, stepping into the batter's box is Libby Burks, then Hadley Patterson, and then we'll flip the lineup back to the top with Lainey Kate King. That first pitch to Libby misses, ball one. Window pitch, swung on, driven out to right center field. That's going to drop for a base hit in front of the right fielder. And Libby Burks gets a leadoff single here in the bottom of the second. And I'll bring up the left fielder, Hadley Patterson. Kenzie Henderson in the pitcher's circle. She winds and delivers. That's going to be outside for a ball, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's going to be in there for a strike, 1-1. 1-1 pitch, swung on, dribbled over to short. Throw over to first is in time. There's no play over there at second. So Hadley is down on a 6-3 put out. They'll move Libby Burks over to second base, and we'll be back to the top of the lineup here with Laney Kate King. She walked her first time up and came around and scored. First pitch is in there, caught the outside corner, 0-1. A pitch foul back towards the stands. Everybody dodges out of the way. And just like her first at bat, Laney Kate is quickly down 0-2, but she worked the count back into her favor and earned a walk in her first at bat. Let's see what she can do in this one. 0-2 pitch. Upstairs, ball one. That pitch swung on, foul back again. And we'll do it all over with a 1-2 pitch. On deck is the catcher Maldonado. She hit a double her first time up. The pitch is down dirt. And the count is now even at 2-2, so Laney Kate doing what she did in the first at bat, working the count in her favor. We're getting close to it. 2-2 pitch. Outside, ball three. So full count pitch coming up. Libby Burke still over there at second base. Full count. Swung on, driven deep to right field. Actually, not as deep as I thought it was, but that's going to allow Libby to tag and go over there to third base. So that's a productive out for Laney Kate. Second out of the inning, but 60 feet away from earning another run in this ball game. That'll bring up the catcher, Giselle Maldonado. Like I mentioned, she hit a double her first time up. First pitch to Giselle. Swung on, driven out to left field, but that's going to actually get missed by the left fielder. That will allow Libby Burks to score. Giselle on her way to second base. She will stop there, throw in to the infield. And that'll be the fifth run of the ball game here for the Lady Cats, as Giselle has another. Actually, that would be, I have to call that an E7, but should be out there at second base once again.
That would make you bring that, wouldn't it? It's not going out nowhere.
So Maldonado got there to second. It looks like Sarah Morrison's back there in the pinch runner situation. This will bring up the pitcher, Elizabeth Hagan. First pitch to her. Swung on. That's going to be foul down the third base line. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Off-speed pitch, missed outside, ball one. Swung on, driven out to right field. Right fielder is underneath it and catches it, and that's going to be the third out of the inning. But another productive inning out there for the Lady Cats. They get one run off of one hit, one error, and you had a man left on base. We'll head to the top of the third inning. Your Lady Cats are up 5-1. You're watching Lady Cat softball here on the X Sports Network.
At Florida Mid-South Realty, we pride ourselves on our family values, professional service, and a deep local knowledge. With a small town feel and a personal touch, we're here to help you navigate the real estate process with ease. Whether buying, selling, or renting, you can trust us to guide you every step of the way. And don't forget to catch Florida Rockstars, our live podcast every Tuesday morning at 8. Florida Rockstars, rocking the real estate news and all things local. Florida Mid-South Realty, your hometown real estate experts.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back to the action. Lady Cat softball here, day 3. Bracket play now. Winner go home is the situation. We have the 12th seed. Let me get the bracket back up here on my phone. There it is. We have the 12th seed, Lawrence County. And we're facing the 21st seed, Benjamin Russell. And the winner of this will face the number 5 seed, Summertown. And that game will be at 10 a.m. following this one. First up for the Benjamin Russell Wildcats is the pitcher, Kenzie Henderson. First pitch to her. Misses down, ball 1. One, 2, 3 inning last time for Elizabeth Hagan. She's looking to do the same in this one. And that pitch got up and hit Henderson up in the elbow area. So she'll make her way down to first base with the hit by pitch. And that will bring us back to the top of the lineup for Benjamin Russell with Cheyenne Fuller, the catcher. And head coach Charlie Lloyd's making his way out to the pitcher circle. He'll get the entire infield here, and that looks like Hagan will be relieved in this game. And it looks like, is that Callie? It looks like it is Callie Brown that's getting the call here to continue things on in the pitcher circle for the Wildcats. So we have a pitching change here. We'll be back in just a short moment. You're watching Wildcats softball here on the X Sports Network.
Shop McMaster's Home Gallery for furniture, appliances, and more. And shop quality, shop convenience, shop service, shop local. A family-owned business with a long history of serving the region. We're a one-stop home furnishings destination. We feature brands you know, competitively priced, backed by professional installation and service. You can trust that we'll take good care of you before and after the sale. For your home, shop smart. Shop McMaster's Home Gallery today.
Make your property rock and roll with services from G&S Excavating, specializing in white sand, compost, mulch, topsoil, landscape gravel, and steel landscape edging. Turn to the pros who know how to make your project shine with years of experience. The best part is they're locally owned and operated. Choose from a vast selection of mulch and rock from their conveniently located facility at number 3 Valley Road in Lawrenceburg, just off Buffalo Road. Phone 931-279-3841 and get started today.
This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back to the X Sports Network. New pitcher in for the Lady Cats is number 13, Callie Brown. Your line for Elizabeth Hagan in this game. 2 innings pitched, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, 1 hit, 1 run, and that run was earned. And Callie will come in and try to continue the good pitching so far in this game for Lawrence County. As we head to the top of the lineup again for Benjamin Russell, and that will be Cheyenne Fuller. She walked her first time and actually, I was going to say something else. I looked at the wrong line. She made her way around to score after that walk. First pitch in there for a ball, 1-0. Pitch misses outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Misses outside 3-0. So after that hit by pitch, runner at first base here with nobody out. Looks like there was a strike in there. I didn't see her throw a strike signal up, but it looks like there was one, so that brings it to 3-1. Pitch swung on a miss. Good pitch there by Callie. That'll bring the count full. Even though we are in bracket play, that time limit of an hour and a half is still in effect. That one swung on, foul back in front of some stands, in front of some fans standing, I should say, behind home plate. So yes, that 1 hour and 30-minute time limit still in effect. Time right now is 8:35. So we have 55 minutes left. That ball is driven well out to left field, but that's going to be foul down the left field line out of the fence. So the count's still full here to Cheyenne Fuller. That pitch misses downstairs for ball 4, and she'll make her way down to first base. So back-to-back walks for her in this game. Now bring up the left fielder, Aubrey Chapman. Swung on, foul back. Swung on, driven out to left field. That's going to be down for a base hit. Around third is the runner. I don't know who that was. It was a pinch runner out there. Throw over to third is not in time. Actually, that was not a pinch runner. I see her number on the back of her jersey. That still was Kenzie Henderson running for herself. So she comes around and scores as the second run of the ball game here for Benjamin Russell. Cheyenne Fuller will make her way down to third base. That was a RBI single for Chapman. She'll go to second on the throw-in. Now this is Lydia Montgomery, the center fielder. She swings and pops one out behind third base. That's the shortstop, Lainey Kate King, making the catch over there behind third base for the first out. And now Macy Knox makes her way back to the plate. She had a single her first time up. One out in the inning. That pitch way outside by Callie. Ball 1. Pitch popped up out to left field. Underneath it is Hadley. She throws it in, and there's no advance of the runner, so good play out there by Patterson. Well, excuse me as I almost yawned there. Still early in the morning. I'll bring up Zoya Minifield. Here with 2 outs in the inning. Swung on, foul back, strike 1. Bunt shown, actually bunted down to first baseman Frakes. Flip over to second. The second baseman Walker covering first base, and that ends the inning. So that is a 3-4 put out there on the bunt to end things, but the Benjamin Russell Wildcats did get another run on the board. They trail 5-2 as we head to the bottom of the third inning. You're watching Lawrence County softball here on the Exports Network.
What really matters during the ball game, we're at that point in the season where some are just beginning, some have already ended, and others are at that point where it's either win or go home. Depending on what your perspective is, it changes everything, doesn't it? In 2 Corinthians 4 and verse 18, we're reminded we don't look at the things that are seen, but at the things that are unseen. For the things that are seen are temporary, but the things that are unseen are eternal. Keep your focus, keep your perspective on the right things, the things of God, the eternal things. And that message brought to you by your friends at the Leoma Church of Christ.
This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back to Lady Cat softball here. I see we have a new pitcher on the mound. What number is that over there, Kevin? Is that number? I can't tell. Yeah, Kevin can't tell either. Let me look at the 19. It'll show a 19. Oh, here it is. It is Aubrey Chapman. There she is. So she'll make her way to the pitcher's circle. So it looks like the day is over for Henderson. Leading off for your Lady Cats is Reagan Frakes. First pitch to her. In there for a strike, 0-1. That pitch inside, that was a good pitch. That Frakes fouled off quickly, 0-2 now. O2 pitch. Just missed on the outside corner. 1-2. One-two pitch. Fouled off. Frakes staying alive here. Pitch foul back towards our direction. And Reagan hanging tough here with that 1-2 count. One two again. Down and in, ball two. Pitch swung on, driven out to center field. That's going to be popped up towards the second baseman, though. And it is caught for the first out. I'll bring up the designated player this morning, Ashlyn Sublett. Ashlyn grounded out to third base her first time up. First pitch to her, that one's going to be up and in, called a strike. Got the up and in corner. A pitch driven towards the netting over there near the first base dugout. That's going to be strike two. 0-2 pitch. That one's going to be missed high. Ball 1. One-two pitch. Swung on. Over to third base. Flip over to first. Is in time. As quickly the second out of the inning. That'll bring up the now pitcher, Callie Brown. Callie grounded to second her first time up. So after a productive couple of innings here for the Lady Cats, offense seems to be stuttering just a little bit. Swung on a foul back. A pitch swung on, dribbled over to third base. Easy throw over to first. And Benjamin Russell has a 1-2-3 inning here. That's what they needed to try to get back into this ball game. We'll head to the top of the fourth inning. Do it for Benjamin Russell, or the 6, 7, and 8 spots in the lineup. You're watching Lady Cat Softball here on the X Sports Network.
At Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, we're proud to be locally owned and operated because we're not just a bank, we're family. When you call, you'll be greeted by a friendly representative who's ready to discuss your banking needs, as well as offer our competitive rates on CDs and money market accounts. Our loan decisions are made in-house and never sold to a secondary market because our commitment is simple. You matter to us. At Lawrenceburg Federal, we offer all the conveniences of larger banks with a personal touch. Join us at Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, where community, trust, and service come together.
This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back to the X Sports Network. We'll head to the top of the fourth here. Due up for the Benjamin Russell Wildcats. You have the 6, 7, and 8 spots. Could be Ariana Ware, Kylie Leonard, and then Bice. First up is the first baseman, Ware. She grounded to second her first time up. Callie winds and delivers. That ball misses high for ball 1. A pitch just a bit high. 2-0. Swung on, fouled. Back to the backstop. Two and one oncoming. Popped up in play behind home plate. But Maldonado can't get to it in time, so that drops for a foul, and that will be the second strike. That'll bring the count to 2-2. Two-two pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. And Ware goes down on strikes here for the first out of the fourth inning. That'll bring up the second baseman, Kylie Leonard. First pitch to her. Misses downstairs. Ball 1. Swing on a miss. Strike 1. Good pitch there by Callie. That one also swung and missed. I'll bring the count to 1-2. One-two pitch. Swung on, miss. Strike three. Back-to-back strikeouts here by Callie Brown. That will bring up the right fielder, Bice. Swung on, driven back to the netting. Strike one. This actually looks like it's a pinch hitter here. That's going to be Vic. That one called a strike. And again, down to a 0-2 count here. That pitch misses outside, ball one. Swung on, popped back. That's going to be back into the stands. Watch out over there. Looks like everybody's okay. Another 1-2 pitch upcoming here. Here it is. That one swung on, foul back to the netting again. And Vic staying alive here. One, two. Swung on, foul back. Got the umpire's face mask. And Vic will get a little bit of time there. She makes sure the umpire gets herself situated again. And we're ready now for another 1-2. Here it is. That one missed way up and over the catcher, Maldonado. That was, looked like Callie kind of either lost her grip or held on to the grip a little too long. Here's to the 2-2. That one hits Vic in the leg, it looks like. And she'll make her way down to first base. So hit by pitch. I'll bring up, I believe, will be Kenzie Henderson. Let's see if that's still her at the plate. And it is. That one's outside for a ball. One-0. Swung on, foul back. I'll even the count at one apiece. Bunt shown, taken back. Right over there at first, does not advance. And now Henderson's looking at a 2-1 pitch. Swung on, driven back towards the stands again. This could be over the stands. And that will even the count at 2-2. So 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 outs here. Here's a pitch by Callie. That one's missed down for a ball, and the count is now full. So the runner at first will go after this pitch. There she goes. That one swung on a foul back. And we'll do it all over again. Full count pitch. Here it is. Missed upstairs. Ball 4. And Callie lost her. So now 2 on with 2 out here. And we'll get back to the top of the lineup here with Cheyenne Fuller. And head coach Charlie Lloyd making his way out to the pitcher circle. Looks like he just wants to have a conversation with Callie and everybody right there. Yeah, and you don't want Benjamin Russell to get on a hot streak here. Again, there's no next game if you lose in this bracket play. It is win or go home. So Benjamin Russell looking to take advantage of the situation and get some more runs on the board. Callie Brown is wanting to prevent that the best that she can. As Cheyenne Fuller is now digging into the right-hander batter's box. She's ready. Here's a pitch. And that one hit her in the foot. There's another hit by pitch. Now the bases are loaded here for the Benjamin Russell Wildcats. Now I'll bring up the left fielder, Aubrey Chapman. She had a single her last time up and advanced to second on an error. So tough situation here for the Lady Cats. Here's a pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 1. A 1 pitch misses outside. 1-1. Callie looking into the dugout. Getting the pitch call. And now she is ready. She winds, and the pitch missed up and outside. Maldonado making the runners go back to their bases. Now the count is 2-1. The tying run of the ball game is over there at first base. Here's a pitch. Swung on, driven out foul over the third base dugout. Now bring the count even to 2-2. Two-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Callie gets her swinging. And that's the third out that the Wildcats needed in that situation. Benjamin Russell gets the bases loaded, but they have no runs in that inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Your Lady Cats are still up 5-2. You're watching the X Sports Network.
The Summit of Lawrenceburg is the premier senior and assisted living community in the region. The Summit makes it home for you or your loved one with diverse suites that welcome and encourage community, plus gathering spaces, neighborhoods, daily activities, and a wonderful staff that supports you every day.
Hi, I'm Tara Blue. I'm the new director of the Summit, and we would like to invite you and your family to come and tour our facility. We would love to see you here.
Welcome to Employee Resources Credit Union, where you're more than just a number. your family. We provide financial solutions that rise above those of traditional banks. With roots stretching back to 1964, we've served 4 generations during constant industry changes. We're known for our low fees and incredible rates. Join us and experience the credit union difference. BRCU, not for profit, for service.
Welcome back to the Exports Network. Taylor Platt here alongside Kevin Wright. We're heading to the bottom of the 4th inning. Due up for your Lady Cats is Lily Lloyd. On deck is Lady Burks. And in the hole will be Hadley Patterson. First pitch to Lily is in there for a called strike. As we hit the 9 o'clock hour here on this Wednesday morning. 30 minutes left in this ball game. Pitches down for a ball, 1-1. Lady Cats currently holding on to that 5-2 lead. That lead was in a little bit of jeopardy that last half inning. Benjamin Russell had the bases loaded, but were not able to get anybody across that home plate. That pitch misses 2-1. Pitch to Lily is bunted foul towards the netting over there near the third base dugout, and that count is now 2-2. Here's that 2-2 pitch. Swung on back to the pitcher. Good play over there by the pitcher. Throw over to first in time, and Lily is the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Libby Burks. Libby singled and scored her first time up. First pitch to her. Swung on, chopper over to third base. Good play over there by the third baseman. Throw over to first in time, and just like that, there are 2 outs in the inning. That'll bring up the left fielder, Hadley Patterson. She grounded to short in her first at bat. Benjamin Russell looking for a 1-2-3 inning. First pitch to Hadley misses. Ball 1. Here's 1-0. Misses high. 2-0. On the way. Swung on. Slapped over there to the first base side, but looks like it goes just foul. And that'll be the first strike on Patterson. Chapman winds and delivers. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. And that will bring Hadley to her final strike of this at bat. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Swung on, back to the pitcher and caught. And that will end the inning for your Lady Cats. 1-2-3 inning. We'll head to the top of the 5th. Your Lady Cats still hold that 5-2 lead. Benjamin Russell coming up. There we'll see if they'll be able to get themselves back into this ball game. You're watching Lady Cat softball here on the Exports Network.
Are you looking for a non-factory job environment? Livingstone Freight Solutions is a 3PL company that began managing warehouses in Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi. With our multiple shifts and experienced management team, our goal is to give you as an employee a safe family work environment and competitive wages. We offer a wide variety of employment opportunities from forklift drivers to management level positions. We also strive to offer a competitive benefit package and PTO options. For more information or to apply, visit us at livingstonefs.com or give us a call at 931-269-3255.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back to the X Sports Network. Heading to the top of the fifth here. Your Lady Cats still hold that 5-2 lead. Callie Brown still in the pitcher's circle for the Wildcats. And due up for the Benjamin Russell Wildcats will be Lydia Montgomery, Macy Knox, and then Zoya Minifield. As it is the 3-4-5 hitters in the lineup for Benjamin Russell as Lydia steps in. And we're ready to start the top of the fifth. First pitch misses outside, ball one. Here's the 1-0. That is in there for a called strike. 1-1. Lydia grounded to second and flew out to short in her first two at-bats. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, driven up the middle into center field. That's going to be down for a base hit, but it gets past the center fielder. Lydia makes her way over to second base. She's going to try to get over to third. Throw over to third is not in time. And right there, immediately to start the inning, is a leadoff triple for Benjamin Russell as Lydia slaps one out towards center field. Looked like a tough play out there by Libby Burks as the ball got past her towards the wall. So runner immediately at third base. That'll bring up the third baseman, Macy Knox. First pitch to her. Swung on a miss, strike one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Misses, 1-1. One on the way. Swung on, fouled over the third base dugout. Now bring the count to 1-2.
We might have an ITV.
1-2 pitch. Swung on over third base. Good play over there by Lily. She throws over to first in time. That will allow the run to score from third base. So on the 5-3 putout, that's the first out of the inning. That will bring up the shortstop, Zoya Minifield. So now a 5-3 ball game as Benjamin Russell inches closer to trying to get this thing tied up. First pitch to Zoya. Swung on, that's going to be down for a base hit in front of Libby Burks. And the Wildcats, Benjamin Russell, have another base runner out there to work with, and that will bring up the first baseman, Ariana Ware. She grounded to second and struck out in her two at-bats. First pitch to her. Bunted over to first base. This could be foul, though. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing on, miss, strike 2. Oh, 2 pitch misses. That'll bring the count to 1-2. One-two pitch. Swung on a missed. Foul tipped, actually, into the catcher's mitt of Maldonado. And that is a crucial second out here in the top of the 5th. I'll bring up the second baseman, Kylie Leonard. She grounded to third and struck out in her first 2 at-bats. So she will try to get herself in the hit column here with this at-bat. Swung on a miss, and she will do exactly that. It's going to be out there in the gap in between left and center. Coming around and scoring from first base is Zoya Minifield, and now it's a 1-run ball game here with a 5-4 lead in favor of your Lady Cats. So good piece of hitting out there by Kylie Leonard, and she drives in 1 with her RBI double. And now that'll bring up Vic to the plate. She was hit by a pitch her first at bat. Pitch to her, swung on and fouled back. So another danger spot here for Lawrence County as we're in the 5th inning, and their lead has now been trimmed to 1, and that tying run is on second base. Swung on, popped up to second base. Bella Grace Walker is underneath it and catches it for the 3rd out of the inning. It was a productive inning, though, for Benjamin Russell. They get 2 off of 3 hits, no errors, and only 1 person left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Your Lady Cats are coming up next. You're watching the X Sports Network.
Got a dent, a ding, a scratch, or a bent fender? Major or minor, Car Country Collision Center in Leoma can fix you up. Car Country works with all insurance carriers, gives free estimates, can work on foreign and domestic vehicles, and has experience you can trust. They've been in business since 1990. Unfortunately, accidents happen, but you can get your car back on the road with as little hassle as possible with the help of Car Country. Call 931-852-4708 or stop by at 2567 Highway 43 South in Leoma.
This is the X Sports Network.
And we'll go back to the X Sports Network. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th inning. Aubrey Chapman still in the pitcher's circle for Benjamin Russell. She's done a fantastic job so far. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. And we'll be at the top of the lineup with Lainey Kate King coming to the plate. She walked and flew out to right her first 2 at-bats. First pitch to her. Swung on a miss, strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Upstairs, ball 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, dribbled over the first base. That's going to be easy out over there for the first baseman. And that is the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the catcher, Giselle Maldonado. She doubled and scored her first time up, and then reached on second via an error in her second at-bat. That pitch misses inside for a ball. Here's a 1-0. Swung on a miss. Strike 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 2. I tell you what, Chapman has come in and done a fantastic job for Benjamin Russell. She has absolutely shut down the Lady Cat offense. That has allowed them to hang in this game and even get closer. That pitch misses just outside. I'll bring the count to 2-2. Still taking a look at the time here. 15 minutes appear to be left in the ball game. That pitch dribbled over to the pitcher. Easy throw over to first. And that'll bring up the pitcher. Excuse me. I'm not sure where she's at in the field now. That's Elizabeth Hagan. I believe she's still in the dugout. I don't think she's in the field of play on defense. But Benjamin also looking for another 1-2-3 inning. Hagan steps into the batter's box. Here's the pitch. That one's downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Misses down, 2-0.
Friday at 4 o'clock and I think Saturday morning at 9:30. I can't remember.
2-0 pitch. Missed high, 3-0.
Let me know you got it. Thank you. Yeah.
3-0 on the way. Missed high again, ball 4. And Hagan will make her way down to first base. That'll bring up the first baseman, Reagan Frakes. She singled and scored her first at bat, and then flew out to the second baseman in her second. Lady Cats could really use some insurance runs here as their lead has been trimmed down to 1 here in this 5th inning. Here's the pitch. Frakes hits it back over the pitcher. Quick throw over to first, and that ends the 5th inning. After 2 quick outs, a walk, and then a hit back to the pitcher, we now head to the top of the 6th. Benjamin Russell looking to either tie or potentially take the lead here. You're watching Lady Cat Softball here on the X Sports Network.
Are you looking for the perfect refrigerator? What about a new stove or washer or dryer? It only makes sense to shop at the one place that specializes in appliances, top to bottom, big or small. And that's Kelly Appliance in Lawrenceburg. Kelly Appliance is home to all major name brands, including LG. LG makes life good with a full selection of refrigerators, cooking appliances, dishwashers, microwaves, and more, including appliances made right here in Tennessee. Family owned and family operated. Stop by Kelly Appliance on Jerry Street in Lawrenceburg today.
This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back to the X Sports Network. Looks like Elizabeth Hagan will be making her way back to the pitcher's circle. So Callie Brown's day appears to be done. Benjamin Russell looking to try the best that they can to get back into this ball game. And they have done that. Now they're trying to potentially take the lead or tie things up here in the 6th. First pitch misses, or excuse me, is in there for a strike. Oh, 1. Outside, ball 1. This is Kenzie Henderson at the plate for the Benjamin Russell Wildcats. One. Swung on, dribbled over to the third base. Good play over there by Lily Lloyd. Throw over to first is in time. And that is the first out of this 6th inning. Now we go to the top of the lineup again with Cheyenne Fuller. She walked in her first 2 at-bats and then was hit by a pitch. So she's 0 for 0 today. That first pitch misses, ball 1. One-0 pitch swung on over to Lily again. Throw over to first is in time, and 2 quick outs here to start the 6th inning. Those are huge here for Lawrence County. And now the pitcher, Aubrey Chapman, will make her way to the plate here with 2 outs. First pitch to her is in there for a strike. So Hagan coming back in to pitch, doing very well in this 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Foul back.
They lucked out over there.
It's quickly 0-2.
Home team, and it's over with.
You are lucky. You are lucky.
Hagan looking to get a third out here. Here's the pitch. That misses, ball 1. One, 2. Outside. Ball 2. Two pitch. Missed again. Ball 3. Don't want to put the tying run on here in this 6th inning. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung on out to second base. It's going to get under Bella Grace Walker's glove, and that will trickle into center field. And Aubrey Chapman will have a single here with 2 outs. That will bring up the center fielder, Lydia Montgomery. She hit a triple out there towards deep left center field her last time up. So 1 swing from her, and that could easily bring the tying run home. First pitch to her is in there for a strike. Oh, 1. Just missed outside. No, definitely caught the outside corner, says the umpire. 0-2.
Yep, I did too. But it didn't happen, you know?
Yeah, we had an error on the 2 out.
Here's the 0-2. That missed back to the backstop. And that will allow Chapman to make her way down to second base on that wild pitch. So tying run is now in score position here for Benjamin Russell with 2 out here in the 6th inning. Looking at the time, it is 9:24, so 6 minutes officially left in this game. Slapped over to third base. Throw over from Lily is in time. That's a good, big, crucial out there for the Lady Cats. So 5-3 on the putout, and that keeps Benjamin Russell from scoring here in the 6th inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Your Lady Cats are up 5-4 You're watching Lady Cat Softball here on the X Sports Network.
Hey everyone, this is Landon Saunders.
And this is Nate Patterson with Cloud9 Fiber.
We're excited to finally be able to offer Lawrenceburg our blazing fast, reliable, and affordable fiber internet services.
If you're looking for a more reliable and more affordable provider, we at Cloud9 Fiber have you covered.
Plans start at $50 a month, and we can offer up to a gigabit to your home or business.
We are excited to be able to offer your first month of service entirely free. We encourage you to sign up on cloud9fiber.com or by calling 931-201-9098 so we can help you make the switch today.
And welcome back. Looks like the ball game has been called here, and that's going to allow your Lady Cats to move on to the next round with a 5-4 victory here against Benjamin Russell. They'll be facing Summertown next. First pitch should be right around 10 a.m. here on the X Sports Network. Until then, have a great rest of your morning. Lawrence County will move on to the second round. We'll see if their winning trend can continue here. I'm Taylor Platt for my producer and director, Kevin Wright. You've been watching the X Sports Network. We'll see you later.
This is the X Sports Network.